you have to start off as magic, but your goal should only be to become science.
I had Cardinal Official on the podcast.
My brother.
Yeah, mine too, man. Good peoples. And he brought it up on the podcast, and you brought it up before. He says he loves the science and the magician theory.
What did I say?
The science and the magician theory.
That's how I said that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But he mentioned it.
Oh, yeah, he did.
But I want you to talk about it because he referenced you when he's talking about it.
Yeah, because I always say that. Because I'm like, so you have some artists that are science, you have some artists that are magic, and you have some that are both, right?
Yeah.
So I give you an example. Future, I think, was magic. I think he eventually became science.
Okay.
Right? He was like, because see, it's kind of like, I hate to do this, but, you know, because it's not always about race, but like race has nuances in it, right? So the one thing that I learned from working with Dr. Luke was that it was all about the science of how to make a hit.
Yeah, he comes from the Max Martin.
He comes from the mathematics, science. Don't get me wrong, it might not be as fun to create, but it is very effective, right? And then you have people that are magic. Magic are the people that don't know what they're doing. Here's how I explain it. Magic, if I do a magic trick right now, it's to wow you.
Right.
Science is just as amazing. I just can explain it. The magic trick, how'd you do that?
Yeah.
Science is like, what you do? I mix this with this and you do this. And because this is the same, it's just as amazing. It's just, it can be explained so no one pays to see it.
Yeah.
So all I tell everybody is you have to be science. You have to start off as magic, but your goal should only be to become science.
Yeah.
Because science means you got to figure it out. Like it goes back to what I said. I started doing a podcast about 3 years ago. It's just been magic. It's like, it's going viral. Oh my God, you're blowing up. I'm like, I ain't making no money from it. Like I'm trying to figure out the science. Because if I would have took the money, now I'm stuck at McDonald's.
Yeah.
And I might get the Mastros every day.
Right.
I might be able to get the Mastros every day.
Right.
But because I'm so hungry, give me McDonald's, I'll eat it. And then you start realizing 3 years later, I'm tired of this goddamn burgers. I want something different. Well, you shut up for McDonald's. That's what you're gonna get. So I always tell people, I'm like, magic is, so like Tehran. Tehran was magic when I met him. He was magic. And his magic was, he was just willing to do anything it took to win. Like, he would write a song.
He gotta be magic. If he wrote, did he write El Perdón with Enrique Iglesias and
we have an Enrique record in our catalog. I don't know the name of it.
With Nicky Jam?
Yeah.
That's a whole Spanish record.
Yeah, we did that.
How? Is he Spanish?
No, he doesn't.
What the fuck?
Well. See, glad you said that.
That's a magician.
Science. No, it's not a magician.
That's science. Okay, all right.
Let me tell you what science tells
Please
us.
tell me.
Science tells us that 80% of the world doesn't speak English.
Yeah, right.
So melody is king.
Right.
Dr. Luke, king and my boom boom like it's dynamite. Like, it's mathematics, like firework, it's math. So I always look at artists. So if you name an artist, I could tell you if they're science or magic, right? So like I always say Drake is the best combination of the two. Mm-hmm. He's magical, but he's scientific as fuck. He knows what he's going for. Future was magic, but he turned into science because he figured it out. Let me tell you how you can tell somebody's magic. When they magic, so if an artist is listening at home, this is how you know you magic. You make an album, make 13 songs, and you just want one of them to work, and you're gonna put it out. That's what Future used to do. I'm gonna make a mixtape, put it out. What song y'all like? Okay, that's what I'm gonna push a video for. That's what I'm gonna shoot a video. Because y'all like me, so y'all gonna listen to my album, and y'all gonna tell me what y'all like. That's magic. Science is
Tony Montana.
Drake. Here's what you're gonna like. Oh, I'm gonna make a dance song. Left foot, boom. Right, that's science. I'm gonna make a dance song for America. It's gonna be a hit. And then after that, I'm going off to something else. Drake understands what it is. So he's the greatest science magic guy in the game to me. Mm-hmm. Like he's the cheat, I would say the cheat code, right? Like most artists are magic and they should be trying to figure out how to be science. You know what magic is? Okay, let me tell you how you compare the two. You ever seen somebody when they was younger and be like, damn, they was the shit. And then they see them and they older, be like, damn, they fell off. That's because we caught them in a magical moment in their life. Once the magic faded, once the magic does fade away, you're just here.
Yeah. You got to figure out the science of it at that point.
Bow Wow, Jay-Z. Jay-Z was trying to figure out the science. That's why he lasted long and he always got bigger.
Yeah.
Bow Wow came out and just won. That's why when the bubble burst, it just bursted open because it was just like, it was a phenom. What happened? We just were screaming, what happened? It's like,
right.
With Jay, we could tell you what happened.
Right.
Because he rapped about it. He told us what he was doing. He told us the plan. He was trying to get to $1 billion on fucking the 96 album, Reasonable Doubt.
Man, 50 Cent is another good example of
50
that as
Cent,
well.
another good example. He's
Yeah.
mad. 50 Cent understands. You know what? I think the government is doing science on us now. I don't think that Elon Musk and Trump are really beefing.
You don't think so? I've
I
heard
think-
that as like a rumor.
I
It's
think that they're doing the
I've heard
I
some
think
people-
everybody is doing the WWE.
interesting.
WWE. Everybody's doing that. We got a beef right now. Well, we're gonna go against each other. We're really friends. I might hit you hard in the public, but don't worry about it. We got to do this because we need to fake you out and make y'all think about something else while we focus on what we're really focusing on.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I hate him. He hates me too. We're really friends. We hate each other. Everybody's talking about that. Nobody's focusing on what they're doing.
That's classic in government. Pick
That's
and roll.
classic in business.
Pick and roll.
Great. Like Jimmy Iovine. Remember him? Doug Morris had him at Atlantic. He just did his deal with Interscope. Doug gets fired from Atlantic,
Right.
from Warner, goes to Universal. He wants Jimmy to bring Tupac and him over. And Jimmy is like, I stuck in this deal. What did they do? They didn't do what they teach us to do. Go get your lawyer. They did the ghetto shit. They paid protesters protest outside of Atlantic Records, protest Interscope, protest everything they're doing. We hate Interscope. And then Warner dropped them, and they took Interscope to Universal. Jimmy and Doug paid those protesters to do that. That's genius.
Yeah.
That's what I'll be thinking. That's science.
That's a strategy.
I want to get
right
out
there.
this deal. Well,
Yeah.
we can't. They're not going to let us out. Let's cause a little ruckus so they can make it a little uncomfortable for them and see how they react to that. And they make it uncomfortable. You go do the deal. They still together. It works.
How much in your career are you thinking about the strategy of these things?
Me?
Yeah.
Every fucking second.
Yeah.
Everything I say. That's why when I
What
say
strategy do you?
and it depends on what the scenario is, right? So like, let me give you a good thing. Let me give you a good strategy I used one day. Let me tell you. Okay, so one of my idols. So first of all, let me just tell you something. I learned everything from movie characters,
Which moves?
movies, TV shows.
Yeah,
That's my teachers. Like
Yeah,
that's why I
yeah.
said Jay-Z.
So
talk-
which character? Yeah.
Frank Underwood on House of Cards. Francis Underwood.
Okay.
And so sometimes I was like, right, I'll be saying to myself, what would Francis Underwood do? I never told the story. I'm gonna tell it now. I hope I tell the story. It's not that bad, but
Because of the
I can't tell the story. I don't know if I can tell. Oh my God. They might not trip. They we friends. I'll say, so look, so I have an artist who was signed to Epic Records. I'm obsessed with L.A. Reid at the time.
Okay.
Like he's the only person on the board I want to work for. L.A. don't know this story. He don't know this. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm telling this. So L.A. was trying to hire me. Mark Stewart was trying to hire me. Because Mark Stewart and Trick, shout out to Mark and Tricky, they love me. So I can't believe I'm telling this shit, bro. This is crazy. So, because nobody knows I did this, but this some Francis Underwood shit. I retired. Who cares,
All
right?
right, who
It's like
cares?
the Deflate Gate. It's over,
Let
right?
it go. It's over.
So Mark and Tricky are my brothers, and they love me, and they cheer me on in the building. Man, L.A. Ray Daniels, you gotta mess with him. He is the man. You gotta see him. But L.A. is like, I don't know about this nigga. You know, he's a little too aggressive for me because I was aggressive. I was trying to get to that nigga. I was banging, hey man, fuck with me. He's like, nah, you stay across the street. So I had an artist that I did the deal with, and the deal got done with L.A., but I had the relationship with Mark and Tricky. So Mark hits me and says, Ray, we ain't got no money for you right now because Epic was going through some drama. So I was like, really? He was like, yeah, man, you got to wait till our fiscal year is over April 1st. By the way, this is like September. And he tell me basically, you got to wait till April to start your album. I'm like, what? Hell no. So, I'm sitting around, I'm like, man, I got to get to L.A. Reid. I'm like, this nigga don't like me. And I'm like, and Mark and Tricky are my only friends to get to him. So I'm like,
shit.
what would Francis Underwood do? So I come up with a plan. So I'm like, the music business loves stars. They love artists. Let me tell you something. If you are artists, don't talk unless you have to. That is the artists are the power in the business. Like nobody plays with artists. Like
You mean like internally?
I'm
Don't-
talking
the artist shouldn't talk.
I'm talking about like put it like this. An artist can hurt you faster than anybody
Yeah.
because they're on the mic.
Right.
So you just don't play with artists. So
Right.
So me and my partner Davon, I hope you don't mad at me. So basically we got to get to LA. It was like, but Mark and Tricky is our only way in getting to him. And LA don't like you personally. I'm like, well, why don't we have Curtis email LA? And then he was like, that's a good idea. But then we was having problems with Curtis at the time. So we didn't want to make him feel like he had the power to email LA because then he would have been like, LA only responded because of me. So we created a fake Curtis email. We created Curtis such and such at such and such. And I emailed LA myself, hey, LA, Ray doesn't know I'm doing this. No one knows I'm doing this, but I heard that I don't have a budget for 8 months, and I really came to this label excited to work with you. So I don't understand, like, and I'm just trying to figure out what's going on. LA said, fly up tomorrow. That's how I got my job. That's how I got my job. So that's why he started fucking with me, and then he didn't know.
Wait, so how? Okay, so you fly in the next day?
No, I fly in. He fly me, Curtis, and Davon lives in New York. We fly to him. We meet him. Our budget gets open. He's like, I like you. He starts fucking with me. He offers me a job a few months later. I got hired.
Oh,
but I had to get to him. But I knew he didn't like me because I knew I was like aggressive, and I knew Mark and Tricky was my brothers, and I didn't want to. And then they quit. So when they quit, it's just me stuck with LA, and I'm like, how am I gonna get to this dude? So I just like, so these characters in the movies
incredible.
are inspiring to me. So I watch them because I'm like, what do you got to do to get stuff? So bro, that's how I am. So the way I work is like, I reverse engineer. What do we want more than anything? We just need to get in the room with him. Okay, so I can't go, you can't go, because we'll sell our relationship with Mark and Tricky. So let the artist go. But this nigga is wishy-washy and flips on us all the time. So we can't let him know we need him in the strategy. So we just email him myself. LA hits right back. Hey man, come and see me tomorrow. I can't wait to see you. We fly up. I hit Mark. I'm like, I'm going to LA next week. Why? What's going on? LA, Curtis emailed LA somehow, and all of a sudden LA is flying to something. Mark was like, good for you, man. Go get your money, man.
That's what's up.
But I'm like, I'm gonna do whatever it takes to win. Like that's what you, and when you get around winners, you realize they're gonna do whatever it takes to win.
Thing.
So that's why I'm like, you can't complain no more. That's why I act the way I act. Cause I'm like, the more you complaining, the more you realizing. I brought up Deflategate. Tom Brady has cheating on his name at some point, but he's also the greatest quarterback of all fucking time.
All time.
So it's like,
undebatable.
At some point in time, those 7 rings kind of drown out the Deflategate. And then sometimes you start thinking to yourself, why didn't anybody else think to do that?
It's funny you say that because a lot of people feel like to get in this business, you kind of got to like be formal and it's like, no, man.
No, you got to just be a real motherfucker and just be like,
you got to be
like, yo, bro, I don't know you, man, but I'm a fan of yours. I wish you would give me 5 minutes. I'm telling you, that's what you got to be. All that. Hey, man, my name is such and such, and I represent the entertainment company such and such, and I have an artist named such and such. By the time you get to the artist, I forgot your name and the entertainment company.
Yeah.
And now I'm trying to remember the artist's name. Like, what's your name again? And it's like, bro.
But important to know, though, that's just authentically who you are. Just be authentically who you are, right? Not everybody has to come with the Ray Daniels type of energy. It could just be you, but you have to be persistent.
You have to know what you want.
You have to think you know what you want.
And by the way, and what I think most mistakes people make is they remove themselves from the story. See, I know I'm the main character in my own movie. And I know I write the script. And I know, you guys, my team, I'd be like, yo, y'all all a part of my sitcom. Y'all don't know, like, I'm like, we just trying to figure out who's gonna be in every episode. Like, I really believe that because we should be writing the script to what our life is. I told my team what I want to be 3 years ago. I said, this is my goal. The reason why Mike's my manager now, came on the team and run my business because he called me, he said, this is what I think you should do. And I'm like, damn, that's our plan. Okay, you see me the way I see me. So now you get people around you. I got Rocky on the team. You get people around you that see you the way you see you. See, most of the time, people don't see you the way they see. People don't see you the way they see you. They really just don't want no one else to see you, so no one else can take you from them. So you understand what I'm trying to say? So people really be blocking their friends from having blessings because no one wants that person to. Man, if they see you, it's like Life. Remember Life? The kid was playing baseball. They was helping him, and then they can't. The trainer comes and he's like, he's going to the pros, and Martin, his character's like, can I go? He's like, no, he's the player. He's like, well, I coached him. I got other coaches. I'm sorry, we don't need you. Sorry, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you start understanding the world and how it works, man. It really becomes easy to understand that you are not the character in this movie. No one cares about you. Just because you woke up today and decided you want to be an artist doesn't mean the world gonna care. So how are we gonna make them care?
Right.
Reverse engineer. That's magic. That's science to me. Science is, where do you want to end up? Now let's reverse engineer. Magic is, I'm just going to be dope and see where it takes me.